Yeah! What's going on, everybody? West Side MMA here. And today they have released the full stats, attributes, whatever you want to call it, for the fighters. Every weight class. Just the overall, stand up, clinch, ground, and overall. They don't have the specifics. I mean, we won't be able to see the specifics until we get the game, which is only how many days away? 13 days away. Or 12 days away. I can't count. 12 days away, right? Yeah. So that is super cool. Less than 2 weeks away. I cannot wait. But I was just looking over some of the fighters. This video is just going to be talking about the pretty much I started at the heavier weight classes and then I kind of worked my way down for the comparing the fighter statistics, mostly the fighters that are in more than one weight division. So I started off with, of course, the heavyweight division. They have added John Jones into the heavyweight division, which is cool, but you can't really add him into the heavyweight division until he has fought at the heavyweight division, which he hasn't yet. So he's still got to fight Cormier at light heavyweight for the title, so on and so forth. So yeah, so at heavyweight, Cormier is a 90 overall. So I was like, okay, that's pretty good. I mean, he was, the heavyweight champ technically in Strikeforce and whatever, but that's not bad. I mean, I could see maybe a 91, but yeah. Then John Jones, I was interested to see what John Jones was. John Jones is also 90 overall. So I'm like, 90 overall for John Jones in the heavyweight division. Okay. Considering we don't know how he will do in the heavyweight division, I guess, but he's obviously a little bit better, considering he's probably considered the best fighter in the UFC. I don't think 90 is really suitable, considering some of the other fighters that are a 90 overall on this. But you never know. Once he fights at heavyweight, they'll probably raise it, so that's good. Who else did I have? Well, going down, that was about it for the heavyweight division. And then going down to the light heavyweight division, somebody that really stuck out that I was kind of interested in, who was my favorite fighter of all time, Forrest Griffin, is an 88, which I think he might have been an 88 in the last game. Or an 80, yeah, I think he was an 88. But he was good, but he was just too slow, which, I mean, is kind of realistic, but at the same time, I mean, the dude was a champion. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So hopefully they give him... See, a stand-up being an 88, I don't know. I mean, I would see that at 89 or 90 at least. But we'll see how he is. Next is Vitor Belfort. Light heavyweight. He is a 90. And now this is the one fighter that is very confusing. At middleweight, Vitor Belfort is actually an 88. Now, usually what the trend is the lighter weight class, the fighter's overall is better. For several reasons. I mean, usually fighters move up for different reasons. I mean, I don't know if you look back at his fights, I don't know if he's... I mean, I guess at the beginning of his career, he fought more light heavyweight, I would assume. Back when he fought Vanderlei and all that, I guess that would be at light heavyweight. But back when he was completely juicing, and that's probably why he's better overall at that weight class. But I don't know. So, and then next is Dan Henderson. So we'll say Dan Henderson at middleweight, if I can find him, is an 88. Now, Dan Henderson's actually the same in both weight classes. He's actually an 88 in light heavyweight as well. Which, I guess that's fine. I mean, I would like him to be like at least an 89 overall. Because an 88 for Dan Henderson, I mean, that's the same as Forrest Griffin. And I don't know, but I believe that Dan Henderson has accomplished a little bit more than Forrest. I mean, don't get me wrong. Forrest Griffin is, one of the... I mean, I wouldn't say best. I mean, when you compare him to today's standard of John Jones and people like that, I mean, obviously he's not anywhere near as athletic, but in his time, he was a bit technical, and he just went out there and fought, so whatever. So Dan Henderson's the same in both weight classes. Okay, that's fine. He should be higher, but the fact that he's getting older now, I guess I can agree. If they had a classic Dan Henderson, then yeah, I would hope for like a 92 overall, 93, whatever. Even though he's still knocking fools out, but that's besides the fact. Michael Bisping, which I'm not sure why they put him in the heavyweight division or light heavyweight division, because I don't recall him fighting. He probably has fought once or twice, but I don't remember him fighting in the light heavyweight division. He's an 86 in the light heavyweight division and an 87 in the middleweight division, which is 1 overall point more, which I agree with, because he's fought middleweight for his whole career, just about. And he just beat Anderson Silva at middleweight, which that fight was... I could see how he won, because he was just coming forward the whole time, but look at his face. That's all I'm going to say. Like, look at his face. He looked like, and he technically got knocked out almost at the end of the third or whatever. But I guess, judging, it's just, according to the stupid judging system that the UFC has, yeah, I would have given the win. But if that was Pride, obviously, or any other organization that has those, like ONE FC, yeah, he would have won. But, and then another one, Sakuraba in the light heavyweight. I'm not sure if he's in the middleweight too. I didn't check. I don't know what weight class. Oh, okay, he is. So middleweight Sakuraba is an 89. Light heavyweight Sakuraba is an 88. So once again, I think, right? Yeah. So 1 point more. Anderson Silva is a 90 and a 90 in both. Because he's fought in both weight classes. He beat Stephan Bonner at light heavyweight. He beat Forrest Griffin at light heavyweight, yeah. Even though both of them were kind of, when they fought, kind of at the end of their careers. Especially Stephan Bonner. I think that was his last fight in the UFC. And then Forrest Griffin, that was like the start of the end of his career. Because after that, he fought, I believe, like Tito Ortiz and like one other fight or so. Yeah. Chael Sonnen, light heavyweight and middleweight. Chael is the same. He's 88 as a middleweight and an 87 as a light heavyweight. This goes on, pretty much for almost all the fighters. So Machida, 88 at light heavyweight, 89 middleweight. Mousasi is the same in both. Nate Marquardt, for some reason, is not in the welterweight division in this game. Even though he did fight in the welterweight division against... maybe that was Strikeforce. Maybe that's why. Or was that Strikeforce? No, it wasn't. I don't remember. He fought at welterweight in the UFC, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't put him in the welterweight division, but he's only an 84, which, yeah, at this time in his career, I would agree with that. Maybe an 85, considering there's some fighters that are worse than him that are higher ranked, but whatever. George St. Pierre is a 90 in middleweight, which I don't know why they put him in middleweight, but they put him in the middleweight division. And he jumps up 4 to a 94 in the welterweight division. So I agree with that completely. I think he was 95 in the last game, 96 almost, or he was somewhere up there. But yeah, I agree with it. considering he might be coming back, then, depending on how he does, his rating might actually go down. If he doesn't do good, but, whatever. And then back up to John Jones and Cormier, which I didn't finish. John Jones has the biggest jump. John Jones in the heavyweight division is a 90. He goes all the way up to a 95, which I think is the same as last year, I believe. So that's a big jump. And then Cormier is once again a 90 in heavyweight and a 94 in light heavyweight, which I also agree with. Maybe a 93 would be better, considering he's probably going to lose to John Jones. I wouldn't doubt it. So maybe even a 92 would better fit him. I mean, he's a good fighter, don't get me wrong, but he's small. And John Jones is the tallest, longest fighter in the UFC, 84.5-inch reach. I just cannot say that enough. That you can literally not touch him he's so long, so tall. He can outreach like Stefan Struve, for crying out loud, if he wanted to. He's got a longer reach. I think Stefan Struve's reach was like 80, or either 79 or like 81, 80, somewhere around there. But so he's got 4.5 inches on freaking a guy who's 6'11". That's crazy. So that's about it. I don't know. Tim Kennedy, 88. We'll run through the heavyweight division. They don't have the ratings for Mike Tyson yet. Kane is at 92. Verdum is at 93. Arlovsky, 88. Barnett's at 91. Now, this I was kind of confused on, especially because his last fight he just lost against Rothwell. And he really... I don't know. He's been doing good when he beat Mir. Or did he beat Mir? I'm so lost. I don't know. But he was on a little tear there for a while. Kind of trying to get the title again back when he was like 20 years old, whatever. That was a long time ago. But do I think he'll get... No chance of him getting the title back. I'm sorry. You're talking by the time he would get to that division, or to the division, to that point, John Jones will probably be just like Conor McGregor defending 2 belts. So if Barnett couldn't beat Rothwell, how in the world is he going to beat John Jones? That's all I'm going to say. So Pat Barry, he's got that good stand-up, 93 stand-up, but he's still an 83 overall, so probably the worst in the division. Travis Brown, 87. Yeah, he's had some problems recently. He lost to Arlovsky, and then I don't remember his last fight. I think he fought somebody recently, and he won, I think. I'm so bad at recalling every single fighter's last fights. Mark Coleman, who I'm not surprised he's in the game, but he was added in late last year as like DLC. But they got all those DLC fighters, I think, in the game already, like Matt Hughes, Coleman, Tim Kennedy, all those guys. So that's good to know. So hopefully we will be getting some good DLC. One fighter that is without a doubt going to be UFC, or I can't even talk, DLC, is Sage Northcutt, who is going to be probably pretty insane in the game and whatnot. Yeah, he's going to be insane. So that's that. Just scrolling. See, I can't talk. I got to end this video here. Sean Jordan, 85. Derek Lewis, 84. There's a lot of fighters I think will be good in knockout mode in the heavyweight division, like these guys who just stand up brawlers. Ruslan Magomedov, Stipe, Frank Mir. Matt Mitrione is a guy who finally is in the UFC game. Like, he wasn't even added with the Ultimate Fighter DLC in Undisputed 2010. They put in Roy Nelson, James McSweeney, Roy Nelson, James McSweeney, Kimbo, and Marcus John, whatever his name was, Marcus Johnson, or the big black guy, who is nowhere to be found. So I don't know why. And I feel like they might have put Brendan Schaub in there, but I don't think they did. I think it was just those four, but they did not put Mitrione in the game, and he's finally in a game. They put him in 3. I don't think they put him in 3. They actually, you know what? They might have put him in 3, but I don't think so. No, I'm pretty sure they didn't. And then, yeah, he's here finally. So, Roy Nelson, 87. Roy Nelson looked really skinny. Like, look at that. Light heavyweight Roy Nelson in the house. Some of the bodies don't look right in this game. Like Conor McGregor. Hold on. Let me look at Overeem real quick. Overeem looks pretty good. Overeem looks really good, to be honest. His face has got good detail. Look at Conor McGregor. Let's just go to... Not that it really makes it... Well, let's go to the featherweight just to show how big he really looks. Look how big Conor McGregor looks. What? Looks like if you were like, what weight class does this guy fight at? I'd be like middleweight, light heavyweight. Look how big he is. That's just not right. And his face really... I think last year his face looked better. Just going to say that. I mean, his hair and stuff looks pretty good. His beard, great detail. Everything's got good detail. Just something about his face. Maybe it'll be better. I think his face is too skinny, or like the forehead, or I don't know. But I'm not going to get into that too much. So I got to end this video. Till next time, Westside MMA out.